Hey traders, what's up? Mike here with the watch this video for Monday, June 12th. The SPY actually on Friday briefly broke the high from last August, which was actually the 1 year high. I mean, if you go back a year from today, right? Which would have been somewhere in here early June, it hit new 52-week highs, if you will. All right, anyway, I don't know why that matters. Kind of a little shooting star look, a little extra volume on Friday. I was in and out because, as you guys know, my mom's in town. Her and her friend leave Tuesday. And so in the meantime, I've had family coming over, and so we've all been hanging out, and I've been trying to work a little bit, in between. But tomorrow, Monday, will be my last day of being somewhat sidetracked. I'm still going to try to trade some, though. All right, so real quick, I just wanted to point attention on Friday, MGOL. I happened to be in the room when, and let me try to scoot it over here. When this volume spike happened, I probably should. It won't let me go any farther. Yeah, still getting used to these charts. I guess it won't let me scoot over any farther. Anyway, I don't think I have extended hours on here. I do not. All right. Anyway, on this candle right here, I called it Tokyo before it hit 207, which, as you can see, was the earlier high. I saw the volume coming in. Somebody else in chat, I apologize, I forget who it was, posted MGOL volume, and I looked at it, and it hadn't broken the early high yet, and it's on a recent high flyer list anyway. It was already on a watch list, it was already on a chart, my trading platform ready to go, and I typed in the chat room MGOL Tokyo idea, which means if you can get it before it breaks 207, I think it's worth a shot with the stop below, and that's chat room lingo, right? The Tokyo idea, with a stop below the candle where it started, which would have been 182. I just say about, I wouldn't have given that more than 20 cents, but I was able to get long on it before 207, and ended up going to, let me see what the high was there, 271, which is a huge percentage gain, but even pretty quickly, it went up to 256. So huge percentage gain there, and it happened pretty quickly. And sometimes you just get lucky and you're in front of your screens when one of your recent high flyers gets a volume spike. Tokyo in and you make some money, right? And that's kind of the way that one was. But let's get back to daily charts and talk about what I have for watch on Monday. This is a watch list I'm not very excited about. We need to find a new list of leaders, right? When I say leaders, I don't mean market leaders. I just mean new list of recent high flyers that have had news, maybe an appropriate float that we like, and then get some setups. So I would argue that APRN joined that list on Friday, where it had a range of 495 to 1049. I mean, it had a huge move. A lot of shorts in the name, I believe, and I think it's probably a recent reverse split, so fairly low float as well. Anyway, closed off the high, but we're definitely going to keep our eyes on that one with the kind of move it made. Carvana, CVNA, almost reversed Thursday's big move on Friday, but I do still want to keep that one on watch. GFAI. Can't really see it here. A little bit of extra volume, but let's go to 5-minute candles. And you can kind of see the big intraday, midday volume spike. And it held up pretty well after that, right? An AI play, so we're going to keep that one on watch. AHI, I don't think anyone ever figured out why this thing was running, but it had massive volume, closed, I don't know, a little bit above the middle of its range on the day, so maybe we get a continuation day there. BYND had a big pop on Thursday. Quiet inside day on Friday. I'm looking for a third day play, so I'm going to treat it like a bounce play, see if we get an A+ setup. NNOX, recent high flyer, 3 days in a row down to right around the 20-day. Good candidate for a bounce play. CC bounce play, right? Had a big run, and then a few days lower on declining volume. That one's interesting. DOCU, this is not a chart I would normally put on bounce watch, but it did gap up on earnings and topped out at 64.71 before going all the way down to close at maybe, I don't know, 57 something. I don't know. But sold off most of the day. Here's 5-minute candles, right? So after the big gap up and went down and literally took out the previous day's low before bouncing. Sometimes, I don't know how else to word it, sometimes when you get a good earnings report, the stock sells off on the gap up all day, and then the very next day it rallies. I've seen that a lot lately. So for that reason, and couple that with I couldn't find very much to put on the list, I'm putting that one on potential bounce watch. MGOL, already talked about the call on this one. on Friday. It's kind of a handsome chart. Big pop on Wednesday, quiet reversal day on Thursday, and then kind of right back up on Friday on good volume. So that's on long watch. QUBT topped out at 165 back here. I'll give you the date on that. That was May 23rd, and then hit 164 on Friday. Certainly interesting over 165. And then lastly, this is kind of obscure, RX. RX had a big rally back here, and you can argue that it's really kind of flagging, right? You picture a line there, a line there. So that one goes on long watch. Again, not in love with this list, but we'll find some gappers in the pre-market to add to the list and hopefully catch some A+ setups on Monday. I'll see you then.